Do you need space-saving ideas to make everything fit in your RV?
Are you wondering what modifications you want to make to your RV to make it more comfortable to live in? In this video, we'll show you what changes and upgrades we made to our RV to make it more comfortable for us to live in full time.
And we'll give you ideas to customize your RV to make it awesome for your lifestyle. He's Steve and I'm Erica Puwalowski, and we travel full-time in our RV to job sites around the United States in our 2020 Open Range 371 MBH.
Now don't worry, you don't have to have the same RV as us, but you're going to get some great tips and ideas out of this video.
We're going to cover 3 different subjects in this video, and we have the time links below, so if you want to jump to a certain section, you can do that by hitting the numbers in the description.
First up is the modifications we made to the manufacturer's build to make the RV fit for our lifestyle.
Next is space-saving solutions, and my favorite. This helped us find spots for everything that we needed to bring in the RV with us and make them easy to access. And the last is upgrades, which is his favorite.
These are the things we customized and added to the RV so it will work for us to travel full-time across the United States.
Now we had the products that we talk about in the video in the description below, so if you're interested, you can just click on the link to find out more information. Now let's get into it.
This section is about the modifications we did to the RV after the original factory build. Our front wardrobe has this hook up here for all of our clothes. It was a little bit too close to the front where my big clothes are hitting on the door when we tried to close it. I moved it back just far enough so it still had wood to grip into, but it has room to close the door. On the drawers down below, these were very shallow from the factory. They don't open about that far. I built a new box behind here so I can put my big jeans down there, have a lot more space. I am jack of all trades. I can do a lot of things. I basically followed the template they had before, so everyone's drawers be a little bit different, but it was pretty simple to do these.
So you went from 12 inches to 18 inches?
Yes. And also on the front of these, we had an issue with these drawers opening up as we traveled. I installed these little locks on here, so when you push this button, the drawer does not open anymore. I'm sure you're aware that RVs don't come with the best mattress when they are built. We upgraded our mattress. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But we did a few things on the mattress area so it wouldn't have any issues. The Ross is going to go for a ride here.
It's going to be interesting.
With the heavier mattress, we had to put bigger shocks underneath. And we went from the factory ones, which I think were 60-pound shocks, to 120-pound shocks. And what we had as issue down the road was this piece of wood that the shocks hold onto. It only had 3 screws going through the plywood. After a couple travels, the 3 screws ripped out, and the piece of wood was laying down at the bottom, and the bed wouldn't pick up anymore. So we picked the mattress up. I just screwed it all the way through. Doesn't look pretty, but it works. Another thing underneath the mattress, you see the duct tape up here where the hinges for the bed lift. We put that over top the hinges and the screws. We were afraid that the mattress moving around would start poking a hole in the bottom, so we put duct tape over top of that. We have the pull down blackout shades. When we would pull these down and the fan and air conditioner was blowing, this would flop around. I put a piece of Velcro on each side of the bottom, which took care of that. And we also worked night shift from time to time, and we had some extra light coming through on the side of these. Then I put some more Velcro on each side so the gaps were tightened up on the side. It makes it much darker sleeping during the day. When this slide comes in when we travel, we'll boondock in different areas, and it makes a gap underneath of the bed. We found that there's a little space that the cats can go underneath the bed and up into the dead space around the top of the bed. I put some cardboard underneath there and stapled it in once I took off the top piece of plywood, and that took care of that. This is a pet-friendly RV, and some of the things I scratched my head on a little bit, like we wish there wasn't any carpet up here in the front, but we're not going to take that out. But one of the big things was the motion sensor lights. So this motion sensor turned this light on, and there's also a light in the hallway. Night number 1, sleeping in the RV. The cat's coming around, setting out the motion sensor. We had to take care of that. I took off the light down here, took the wire, clipped it, put some tape over top of it. But I didn't realize at that time there was a light in the hallway. It didn't take me long to realize I had to do something more. I put some duct tape temporarily over top of the sensor, but what I really had to do was take the sensor off, find the main power wire into the whole motion light system, and disable that. We are not TV watchers, so the mount that was up here for mounting a TV on, we got rid of that and put our calendar so we can plan out our travels.
There's so much room to do these videos.
Don't worry, the seat is down. Naturally, when you're in the bathroom, you want to grab something from underneath the counter, extra roll of toilet paper. You'd want to grab a handle like this. Open it and close it. Our door, the handle was on this side, so you had to stretch way across. I took the door off, put the hinges around, and the handle upside down, so now it works the correct way. Also in the bathroom, all of these drawers were this size when they pulled out. I took the bottom drawer, took a little bit of figure to make this work. Basically, I took both drawers, knocked the bottom out of the one, took some wood to make a box inside it, and it's a one deeper drawer so we can put taller things like shampoos and things like that. We took some of these hooks from the hallway closet and put them in the bathroom for hanging our towels. We have cats, and there's a top loft above the mid bunk, and we built a cat launching pad off of the ladder so the cats can get up to the top easier. If you want to see how we put that together, the video is above. Our garbage is underneath of the sink with a pull-out drawer. The handle was on the side of it, and it pulled out really crooked and it really didn't work. I took the handle out of here, put it to the top in the center, and it pulls out much smoother. Another handle that we moved was on the longer pantry door. It was all the way down at the bottom. When you try to open it up, the door come out really crooked. I moved the handle up to a more natural position. It was closer to the little latch, opens smoother. Inside of the whole pantry, I added a divider shelf between each shelf to utilize the space better. Above the microwave, this did not have a little shock to hold it open, and it was very annoying to try to hold this open and put our grocery bags up here. So a little shock on the right side of that. On our spice pull-out area, the things would fall behind at the top, so I screwed a piece of wood behind that as a backer so we don't lose things in the pantry.
And that was really hard to try to go fetch those too.
We have the storage that's behind the TV over top the fireplace, and the bottom layer of that shelf is a piece of wood that's stapled up underneath of some boards. What we figured out is when we travel and all the things in there would bounce around, it was pushing that piece of wood down and popping the staples out. What I did to fix that was put some boards underneath of it. When I pulled the fireplace out, put some screws, braced it all the way across so that board is not going to fall down anymore. In the mid-bunk room, as you can see, I'm tall, 6'5", and the bunk room is a little bit short for me. It's not really an issue for me to get in and out of here, so we don't have to do no modifications in this room, but a lot of mid-bunks have a loft that's above this couch, so that would be an issue for me. If we had one of those, we'd have taken it out, but as you can see, I can sit down without hitting my head.
Now we're to storage solutions, and this is definitely my section because Steve built it, but he definitely didn't design it. One of my favorite things, and you'll see this all throughout the RV, are these IKEA organizers. They're boards, and you can buy all these pieces separate, move them around however it works. And then, like, these are clear little bins you can pull out. And then they have some rubber bands, bungees. I use them to hold these on so when we travel, these doors don't come off. And then they also have these really great bags. Like, I just love this thing, and that's going to be linked down below. And with this closet, one reason we wanted this RV is because the washer and dryer was not in the master bedroom. That helped us out with weight distribution, so when the washer's running, we're not shaking as much as other people. And then we can also put one of the litter boxes in the bedroom that we needed for our 4 cats. I also have another one of these IKEA organizers on this side of the bed. It didn't fit perfect. Steve trimmed it down, and he has one on the door of the bathroom. And one of my favorite items is this under the bed shoe organizer. It fits out of the way. The mattress does come to the edge of the board. It's not hanging over, and the shoes are pretty much flush with it. So that way I can bring more shoes in the RV. And I have command hooks everywhere. I love them. I have some command hooks hiding at the bottom of Steve's door. This is his organizer. More up top. These are mine. You can get brown to match the wood, white to match the white walls.
If I would have known, I would have bought stock and command before we bought the RV.
Ah. In the bathroom, again, we have IKEA. If you use one of these, just make sure that you leave space for your head, which you can do because you can move everything around. Open it up, Steve. We use these baskets everywhere. We put baby wipes in there to utilize the space better. In the bathroom, we have these soap organizers, which are great. They do not fall off. I get that question a lot. I have my shampoo, conditioner. Steve has his. And then we have soap over here, and what we use that for is when we travel, we remove everything off the countertop so that way we can easily get to the soap when we stop and use the bathroom. And then we have these hooks. These big command hooks are awesome. They hold a lot of weight. They're rubber and things don't fall off of them. And we use those two to hang our rain gear off of. We do construction and hurricane relief. That way it gives us room to hang it. Have another one over here. And then we use a brown towel for a bath mat. So when we shower, we put this on the floor to collect the water. When we're done, we hang it back up to air dry and it works, and then we don't have a bath mat in the way. We have a wire basket on the outside of the cabinet to put Kleenex so it's easy to reach, and the Kleenex box fits in there perfect. Inside our bathroom cabinet, we have a whole bunch of the clear command cubbies and then little containers that we can easily take out and that they fit. And that keeps everything organized. We never have a problem when we stop. If the drawers are full. If this doesn't have a lot of stuff in it, then some of these items will fall over. And then we also have those little cubbies in this drawer to keep everything organized. It's so hard to film in these small spots in the RV. This is a hallway closet that had hooks that we moved to the bathroom door, and we took those out, installed this cubby so we can put sunglasses, hats, gloves, things that we need. Have a little area to put stuff at the bottom, and then on the side we have some command hooks and we put our umbrellas in there. We use the loft as a cat area and storage, so we get their cages up off the floor, which is great because they're big and bulky. We have extra toilet paper, paper towel, cat clothes because they need that, their beds, and a heating pad. You like it up here, Squeak? I think he approves. Over here is the cat closet. It's up out of the way. Steve requested that I put everything up high so when he walks by he doesn't rub it and knock it down. So these are the harnesses. Each cat has a different color, so it's fitted to them. And then we have a little thing of cat items, but these are the command bins that I love, and a tip is to buy the replacements that are blue for the stickies. Those are for waterproof for the bathroom, and they're a lot stronger, so if you have the clear ones, they tend to come off after a while, so I try to replace all of them with the stronger ones. And then we have the command hooks, and then all the little cubbies all up here to put different items up out of the way. Construction, we have a lot of safety glasses. And I have more command hooks. These already have hooks up here, but I put little clear ones for keys, and then underneath of here I put even more. That way we can hang items like fly swatters and stuff, and they're not using the same hooks as the coats. And then we also stack floor mats down here. That way when we need to use them when it's muddy, we can take our muddy work shoes off and either put them in the bonus room or put them underneath the slide. And if we're not using them, then we can just stack them up here, and then they're thin, you know, easy out of the way. Now, one of my favorites, and Steve said we didn't need it, and now he actually loves it. He doesn't admit it as much. He'll be like, yeah, I like it, is my command center. This is great to put all your notes. We have dry erase boards. We have a cork board. That way when you get information, just like we're at a campground right now, they give you the Wi-Fi password to get your information. You can pin it up. We have our emergency information for where we're at. We have our maintenance checklist, the food that we have so we remember what to eat so it doesn't go bad. Absolutely love this. Then up here, I can barely reach. I have a stool to get up here. I have all these different cubbies to store everything. That way we can get the most amount of stuff, then I can lift them up and bring them down. And I like everything to be functional. So I wanted these up on the wall so I could use them all the time. So I have a broom and a mop and a tip. I just bought a new broom and it didn't fit because there's a difference between a kitchen broom and a garage broom. They look the same, but the handle is bigger, and big handles do not fit in here. We have 4 cats and they need a scratching post, so we put a cloth one right here, wood here, because my 2 that have nails love the wood, even though they also took over this, but I said, hey, I'll let you have it since I made you come and live in an RV with me and you were a feral outside cat. And next we're going into the fridge. These plastic bins are absolutely amazing to travel and not have your food everywhere. We have them all in the fridge. We have different sizes. Some on the stove. I'm not using them in the fridge right now. I just keep them up there, and then when I need them, I put them in the fridge. We also removed the door here to put a litter box. That way we have another litter box out of the way for our cats. We have more hanging baskets. I put some inside the doors, outside the doors, easy access for the items that we use. I also absolutely love this paper towel holder. Thank you, KYD, for the idea. We use these cat backpacks daily, so we want to make sure they're easy to get to. So I got these little door hanger hooks to hang them on. The baskets are lightweight, so it doesn't put too much pressure on it. I don't have anywhere like my old RV to put this, but I put my banana hanger, but you can use it for anything. It's a nice fold-up hook.
Also remember what those hooks we use for the cat backpacks, take those down when you travel because they will bounce off and can get caught underneath your slides.
True story. And then we also put a couch cover on because this is a cat couch so it doesn't get all scratched up. On the back side of the island, we have a fold-up shelf, which gives us more room for the items that we use all the time. And then when we travel, it easily collapses, and we can set it over here with items on top of it, and it travels nice and easy. Then we have the famous cat window seat. Of course, there's not going to be a cat sitting in here. Hold on a second. Squeak. There, that's what it looks like most of the time. The cat window seat. This is nice because it's up out of the way and they use it all the time. And then we took the 4 chairs that came with the RV and got rid of them. And there's only 2 of us, so we have a chair and a bench / scratching post. But the bench we use to put shoes in it. So we have more shoe storage, and then we can also put our smaller shoes, our tennis shoes and flip-flops underneath here. So that is very multi-purpose.
And I wear size 15s, and those do fit inside of the bench.
Sideways. Well, the boots, you gotta turn those sideways.
Is this a bonus round?
It is, or the bonus room. It's the bonus room. So on the door, we put extra hooks so we can hang items. Most of the time, Steve will get his work clothes ready for the next day and put them in here. Or, oh, there's the door. Of course, Roscoe wants in.
Roscoe wants all the
She's
attention
just following
today.
all of us. And then we also have hooks over here, so we use these all the time for work clothes, basically. Come on in. I also have command hooks all over on this wall, so I can put my exercise clothes and help air them out, and these are out of the way when the slides come in. I have to switch this to wide angle to get it in. I have little command hooks right here to put up pictures, and then over here is my favorite, because this is our office space. We have a charging station where I have all of our chargers and little cubbies to put cords. Then we have another dry erase board, cork board for messages. And then I have all of my office supplies. We'll get to the washer and dryer in the next section, but since we got the combo unit, we have all this room up here for extra items. So we just put our dirty clothes up here. We have an ice machine and our dehumidifier sits in there. Steve has the camera again. So small to get these in here. So these laundry baskets, also a KYD favorite that fold up nice. And I do believe they fit in a suitcase too. So these are great. And then I also have 2 other types. The fight, the struggle. That one was heavy. These types too. So if we do our laundry, if we have blankets, sheets, or a mooch stocking at someone's house, we'll break these out so we can transport stuff easily.
As you will see, these baskets also turn into Squeak's toy if we leave them out.
Oh, you saw that one coming. Everything turns into Squeak's toys. What did you say, Roscoe? If you are getting some good ideas from this video, please hit the like button with that paw, and then we're on to the next section with Steve.
I told Erica I'd be okay sleeping on the RV mattress. Well, after one night sleeping in it, she definitely proved me wrong. We upgraded our king-size mattress, which is a 72 by 80-inch mattress, to a Wilderness RV mattress. Those are the ones that come in the boxes and you put them in there and they all flop out and make it to a mattress. The tip for that is to make sure you bring the box into the bedroom where your mattress is going to go and let the mattress unflop there. Do not do it in the living room and try to drag that big mattress down the hallway.
Yeah, I think everyone does that, and it's
So we're going to show you how thick the mattress is so you can compare it to yours at home. So also put a little L on your sheet so you can get them the right way on.
In ours.
So you can see this is about how thick the mattress is. So it's a solid about 8 to 10 inches thick. And we have a heated mattress pad on the bed, which is really thin, but the heat is very nice. Also a waterproof cover in case we ever had a spill or a mess. We do have cats, so we make sure the mattress is protected.
You mean cat puke?
Yes. As your RV might have is one of those plastic toilet seats that feels pretty chintzy. So did ours. We took that, chucked it, went to a local Home Depot store, I think it was actually Menards, bought a wood toilet seat that fit on there. It wasn't a perfect fit, but it works for what we need to do, and it's easier to clean.
And that little thing right here is a little felt piece so it doesn't hit the wall.
Remember, I am 6'5". I am standing in our shower with plenty of clearance. I still have about 3 inches over my head inside of the dome.
And the number one reason why we bought this, because he had to fit in the shower. And many of them, you can't when you're 6'5".
Okay, now we're talking about taking showers. These Oxygenetics shower heads, I'm not saying that quite right. These are a lifesaver. They work really well in campers because campers usually have lower water pressure, and they somehow input air into the water when it comes out to make a nice spray. Really helps for rinsing off and making your water last longer.
And it has great water pressure.
Now we do have a 12-gallon water heater, which is bigger than most, but with this shower head, we can shower for a solid 10 to 12 minutes before running out of hot water, and and that is not shutting off the water the entire time.
Let her rip. Well, you can kind of see it, but you can't.
We have the Ring security system. Our main keypad is right by the main door. We have 3 cameras with it, door sensors, motion sensors, and also the flood-free sensors. What's really nice about the Ring system, we pay for the subscription throughout the year, which is around $100, and it has a 4G card inside of the main base station. So if we don't have Wi-Fi, it will pick up, at least send us alerts. Well, otherwise, we tether it to our Wi-Fi hotspot, and we can log in to see the live view on the cameras.
So I can see my cats, too, when I'm not around.
And talk to them.
Yes, and freak them out, and then they run.
We picked up this tip from Changing Lanes, so thank you, Chad and Tara. Inside of our vents where the air conditioners are, we have little rubber door stops stuck up in there. That helps disrupt the air and push out the vents to get a little more air conditioning airflow.
Okay, I had to kick Steve out for this one because I wanted the kitchen faucet and he would not do this clip justice. So this kitchen faucet is an upgrade from the other one. I don't think the other one moved at all, or it was like really tight to go back and forth, and I always have to get the food out. And this one has a normal, like regular flow, the sprayer, but what's awesome about it is a power sprayer to clean the edges of the sink.
Show us how it works.
Oh yes. Why don't you come in for this? Come on. Regular, spray, power spray, blast all that stuff off of the sink.
It's like a power washer for your sink. Normally RVs only come with one fire extinguisher by the main walk-in door. We upgraded that fire extinguisher and added some additional ones, one in the kitchen, a bigger one in the bedroom, and also ones outside by our propane tanks. In our back cabinets where we keep our food, we have lots of cubbies in here for storage, and we added some Reflectix insulation behind and on the top of this cabinet, and that kept it about 10 to 12 degrees cooler in the summer months. We were a little concerned if it would create moisture behind that, so I kept checking and left some spots open in case moisture was to accumulate. It had a spot to go, and it has been great for us in keeping the food cool. We have the Splendid combo washer and dryer. It is the vented unit. For the vent, I had to cut a hole in the side here, and then the hose goes through the basement. Had to cut another hole in the side of the RV for the vent to go out. When you buy the dryer kits that come with these, they only come with a 2-foot flexible hose. I had to go to a hardware store to pick up an 8-foot flex hose, and that was just long enough to make that work in our mid-bunk situation. Also, right behind the washer dryer is the Ring flood freeze sensor, and if we ever overflow the gray tank by forgetting to open it, it will go off right away so we can clean up the mess before it is a problem. We installed the keyless entry door lock, which is really nice without having to carry a key in your pocket every time you go in and out of the RV. Now we do have a spare around here somewhere just in case the battery is ever to die, so we can still get into the RV.
Squeaks behind your head watching.
On our way to this campsite, we're trying to beat a snowstorm, got a little bit of snow and salt in the process. Our RV is trashed. We need to find a car wash after we leave this campground. Looking at our outdoor shower, we have one of these little mini fridges out here.
That's totally an outdoor kitchen.
Looking at our outdoor kitchen, we have one of these little RV mini fridges outside here. I ended up putting a child-proof latch on here to keep the door shut, because when you put items inside there, it would open this up and let all the cold air out and our items would get warm. In this area, you can't see it from the outside because everything is inside the basement. I removed the batteries from the front bay compartment, put them behind the fridge in the outdoor kitchen. We also have our inverter in that same spot. We'll throw a picture up so you can see that. I added a smoke/CO2 sensor in the basement storage just in case the generator put fumes in here or had any issues with the inverter, so we could be alerted. We have the Onan 5500 gas generator. That's right, gas generator. Most times in the fifth wheels are not toy haulers. The generators run off the propane. You don't get a lot of usage out of a propane tank running a generator, so I put a 22-gallon gas tank right next to that, and the fill up is by the propane on the driver's side, so I can go through a pump to top that off. And I put a little lawnmower battery next to the generator as a starter battery, so if I ever drain the house batteries to dead, I can still start the generator to charge everything back up. I put little manual bubble levels inside of the storage compartment by our leveling system. That way when I'm parking, I can make sure I'm pretty close to level, and the leveling system takes it from there. We have a unique water system, as most campers will tell me they see me set it up. We have the Clear 2.0 water filter, which we're loving that so far. Make sure you check out the video on that. And I have the double soft water softener, which really helps for scaly stuff inside the shower, lathering up and making sure your skin doesn't dry out. One more thing in the water system, we have the adjustable water regulator. This is a lot better than the little inline ones. When I realized the inline ones, if it had a lower water pressure, they really restricted the flow. On this regulator, if we have lower water pressure, the flow still comes through without a problem.
This looks like a crappy situation.
Not right now, because only the gray is open. I put the Valterra valve on the end of our sewer line. This helps with a couple things. One, if you were going to hook your hose up, take the cap off, you don't get a little surprise of water left in the hoses. Usually it's only gray water, but it's kind of scary. Also, the Valterra valve will help if we are boondocking. I can leave this valve closed, open both of our gray tanks, and it'll balance out the gray water between the tanks so we can maximize the water. Usually the shower fills up first before our kitchen gray tank. We have the RV snap pads on our leveling feet. We love those. We call them little shoes for our RV. They really help to stabilize, and they make a little wider footprint so you're not making dents inside of asphalt or gravel. Also back here, it came with one sewer hose holder. I added on 2 additional sewer hose holders. These ones are a little bit longer. They go the full width of the frame, so I can put 2 10-foot long Rhino hoses inside one of these holders. I made 3 upgrades in the truck, which really make travel days more pleasant. My favorite is the additional fuel tank / toolbox in the bed of the truck. I can haul an extra 51 gallons of fuel, which means we don't have to stop quite as often, and we can find cheaper fuel stops. The bottom section of this is a fuel tank, and the top section is a little toolbox, and we can put some odds and ends in there. Next up is the airbags. These are the Airlift 7500 XL airbags with our dually F350. They really help soften the ride as you travel. They help a little bit for leveling your headlights, but the really big thing you notice is when you go across a big bump, the truck floats a little bit as you go across. It doesn't have that sudden jarring. Last on our truck upgrade list is our Vava dash cam. This thing is really nice as it records as we drive down the road non-stop. And if we were parked, it has a battery in there and a motion sensor, so if the truck was ever to shake or any vibration, it'll start recording. You'll find links to the products we talked about in this video in the description below.
And remember, if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. We organize all the videos into playlists so they're easy to find so you can get the information you're looking for. And we'll see you in the next video. Almost, do it again. And we'll see you in the next video. Yay!